Oh, what's up? It's Thursday. Let's go through the market, see what's going on. Yesterday we had a risk on, cyclicals leading. We had XOP leading, and carry got a little bit there. We had a slight pullback on GDX, on gold. TLT tip was getting some bids there, and we're seeing 3.7% headline. Was mostly energy and base effects, and that was basically the July data. And the bond market ignored that. Gold fell about 1.6%, and looked like falsifying, but we didn't see really the real yields go up. So yields didn't budge, really just flat on the day. So gold sold on what I'm expecting to be positioning rotation into the louder NVDA story. Since this was on light volume, I'm just seeing that as a low volume pullback, so we added to our position on that. It does not break our thesis. Let's see, what else we got? Oil was pretty much flat yesterday. We're looking at yields flat, gold negative on low volume. So thesis still holds on gold. Let's go through some of our positions. Real quick, XLE's favored, XLF and XLK, which XLF is still chipping away at that consolidation high there, 58.35. And if you look at the banks, regionals, they're getting some pullback there. We got into some commodity stuff yesterday. We got into corn, which is really not a consolidator. And pre-market's showing different values than what it should show. So we got it on a high volume break at this level that we've been watching. So it's a good signal. I had to figure out where a stop should be on that. It's basically underneath that. It's very extended. And then we did a partial on wheat. So we basically split the commodity thesis into two. Oh, I think our entry is that. That's interesting. I have to look into that. To figure out, basically just waiting around for that. SCHC was a breakout, and then basically took it back on the same volume. KMX was a scan. It's rising on low volume. Stop loss is a good spot. We got into thesis. I think thesis is just kind of hanging out, consolidating on lower volume. Low volume, a decisive candle, tight stop. ARK, we should see this benefit from the NVDA, and we're seeing that pre-market. Lower volume, ARKK. So it's just hanging out. Higher volume retracement. Okay, so this is getting pushed down at the 20-day. IEFA saw like a higher volume candle. It's up pre-market. EUFN, flat pre-market, rising into that channel on lower volume, so I expect this to go back down. IQLT. So after that crazy high volume candle, we had a lower volume pullback near our target. I'm going to move this to the 20-day. Which makes sense. EPOL, still just consolidating. Low volume pullback. This basically mirrors the Poland ETF pre-market right at 20-day. Yeah, just above. And then MAN. It's just rising on low volume. Bark. I started showing bark on this. Got into bark way too early, but now we're just hanging out. It is starting to drift on this 20-day upward, so we'll see. And it did have a high volume on the 7th. So I do expect this to go. We do have the stop place where we're at, so we're just going to ride this out. We're not going to get into this type of stuff moving forward until we see confirmation. So this was before we started doing pure confirmations. So if you look at this, it is starting to get out of markdown. It is consolidating. It's just interesting to see where it goes. This could consolidate for another month or two. So we've had capital tied up in this for 56 days. So this is why we do confirmations. Let's see. Let's look at runs. Urban Outfitters is seeing huge bid yesterday. Leadership filter is showing Starbucks. I've been seeing Starbucks on so many scans. Varying scans are all showing the same thing. So that's interesting. Power Trend, BBY, Best Buy. Okay. So we still have been in XLF for some time. Up 4% on that. We've been in XLF for 47 days. We don't have a stop in place because it's really just waiting for the signal. We got filled at 55. So we're still up 4% on that. So this has been an interesting strategy that so far seems to be working. Okay, let's go through some charts real quick. I'm looking at HTH as a beautiful ascending triangle with a multiple top hit. So I'll be watching that. Let's go through the sectors, see what's going on with that. XLV seeing some pullback. I'm glad we got out of that. XLK is getting bids on technology because of NVDA. I wanted to get an XLE yesterday, but the volume was pretty low for that huge bounce off the 20-day. So we're going, so I'm kind of glad I didn't. XLB, double top on XLB, could not get past it. Miners and XBI, biotech. Okay. So currently I'm going through and I'm building a pipeline for the strategy signals that I like. And that's basically consolidators, high type flag, what else? Multiple top. We've been running high type breakout for 343 trades on the forward testing and SignalDeck, and it has not done well. Bull flag is up on 22 trades. I think that's the current open price. So we're up 10 grand on bull flag breakout. And then, let's see. Bollinger Band Fade is all of a sudden taken off. That's interesting. 71% net P&L. Why is it so far away though? Created a year ago. I don't know when it was deployed. That's interesting. I need to look into that. Okay. So this is what's interesting about SignalDeck's forward testing ability is you can build these strategies and then you can track them in real time every morning and see how they're going. So we can tell that some are good, some are bad, and we can just kind of hang out and see what that looks like. But let's go back. Let's look at Bristol-Myers, Costco's flat, CVS flat. Got out of Echo yesterday. It's up. EUFN is forming the double top as well. Geo's got out of that May level and it's just testing it. I expect a big breakout on Geo. So NVDA's up 6%. Let's look at NVIDIA's weekly. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So I'm going to post some stuff on HTH. We got a bunch of, I'm going to be working through some just screening workflow stuff, and we'll see where that goes, where that takes us.